Hey, Warrior Saints, good morning. Welcome into our Crucifixional live stream. Glad to have you beautiful people with us. Don't forget, visit warriorsaints.org. You can see it right there where you can get your copy of our book, The Way of the Warrior Saint. We are going to read from today's epistle selection in the Orthodox Church. We hear from St. Paul's first epistle to the Corinthians. In chapter 14, we hear the following. I'm just going to read a little bit of it, and then we'll talk about it, and then we will be done for the day. What then, brethren, says the apostle, when you come together, each one has a hymn, a lesson, a revelation, a tongue, or an interpretation. Let all things be done for edification. So what Paul's talking about to his Corinthian community here is that when you come together into the church, each one of you is going to bring a gift, right? He's already gone through the body and how each part of the body does a certain function for the larger body at whole. Likewise in the community of the church. And each one comes together with a hymn or a tongue or an interpretation. But there's a specific guiding principle that Paul wants us to remember, is that each thing we offer to the church, every gift we contribute, is for edification. Right? Now, this word in Greek, edification, is ikodomi, which means literally it's like the building up of a house, right? The way you would construct a house from the ground up building, or he uses in this translation, edification. So when we come to the church, when we make our offerings, when we make our gifts of our time, our talents, our treasure, ourselves, our very lives, our very soul, let it be for the upbuilding or the edification of the body at large. And as I think through this, it makes me, I giggle, because are we really... Like if you imagine yourself as a sponge in a bucket of water, the sponge will absorb, right? I mean, you have no choice. You're going to absorb the water. What is the water in your bucket like? Is it upbuilding for you so that you are sound in order to contribute to the church at large, to the community at large? Or is there filth in the bucket of your water? Right? You know what I'm saying here? Like, I mean, as we consume more and more news media and more social media and more anger and fear and the angst, if I can use that word, that's out there, as we absorb that, you better believe as a sponge absorbs water, so are you soaking that in. And you know what? It has a profound effect on the way we interact with one another and the gifts that we can offer for the upbuilding of the church, right? Like, I mean, stay clean. Keep yourself on that path to holiness so that what? So that when you give your gifts back to God, back to the community, you're offering a good gift and not just something mundane like everyone else in the world. Remember, we say this all the time. You don't want to be normal. You don't want to be like everyone else. We want to be better than that. We've been called to a higher calling than that, right? Like, I do not want to be normal. I'm striving with every ounce of my soul to be great. We've been called to greatness by God himself. So don't give us mundane. Give us the best you have. In order to do that, remember your bucket of water, the things you absorb and consume. Let them be for edification, for upbuilding. Love you, beautiful people. It was a fun week. We will be back next week. We'll see you for Orthros and Liturgy this Sunday morning at 9 and 10 a.m. respectively, Pacific Standard Time. Until then, as always, keep walking on the way of the Warrior Saint.